When I'm graphing trig functions where I have only vertical and or horizontal stretches or compressions, it really is very simple. If you know what a sine curve looks like, then just draw a normal sine curve, something like this. And I don't have graph paper here, but I'm going to do this. And I'm just going to keep going on. It does go on forever. Now, because of this 3, I know that the amplitude is 3. So I'm going to change this, which would normally be a 1, to a 3. And I'll change this, which would normally be a -1, to -3. I have addressed the fact that the amplitude is now 3. Because of this right there, this has been compressed horizontally by a factor of 2. The period normally is 2 pi. So right there, I would normally see 2 pi. But now it's been compressed, so now it's half as wide, so that's pi. And this right here is pi over 2. And this right there is half of that, or pi over 4. And this right there is going to be 3 pi over 4, and so on. And we're done. That's it. So we graph the first point, the end point, and then the in-between point. So I typically go, when I'm graphing, here, 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 and here, in terms of the x values, okay? By the way, the period is 2 pi over 2, which is pi, because this has been compressed by a factor of 2. Looking at this one. This time, let's focus on the fact that this is a cosine curve. So I'm going to go something like this and something like that. And a cosine curve looks something like this. They're actually the same shape as a sine curve. However, the cosine curve starts at 1, whereas the sine curve starts at 0. Anyway, because of this 4, guess what? I'm going to change my number up there to 4 and down there to -4. I just changed the vertical scale. That's all I'm doing. It's the same shape. It's just now it's supposed to be 4 instead of 1. So if the graph gets too tall, I would change the scale anyway. So it makes it really easy. Now, because of this, the period is now compressed by a factor of 3. So 2 pi divided by 3. And basically, right there, I would normally put 2 pi. Now I will put 2 pi over 3. This is 1/3 as wide as normal. Well, if that's 2 pi over 3, that's 1 pi over 3. This right there would be half of that, or pi over 6. And this one right here is a little bit tougher because basically we're going up by 1 pi over 6, 2 pi over 6, 3 pi over 6. I would actually put pi over 2 there. These numbers I would normally do much smaller. It's just that I'm doing this on an iPad. And of course, 4 pi over 6 is the same as 2 pi over 3. So we do have to have some knowledge of fractions here. But basically, it's the same graph as if I was just doing y equals cos x, but I changed the scale. And that is the point of this.